The body of believers in the United States is more divided than I've ever seen us in my entire lifetime, and I grew up in the 70s. We're pushed into our various corners, culturally, politically, economically, and we're at odds with each other. Everybody believes they're right, and that the other groups are unintelligent, uninformed, insensitive, or just flat out wrong. God is not in the midst of any of that division. In fact, it's a plan of the enemy, because united we stand, divided we fall. We are coming into a new season. The biblical New Year starts March 18th at sundown. And God is bringing us to another level. His will is that His kingdom would manifest in the U.S. That's exactly what we're seeking Him for. We want to agree with Him about that at Ecclesia 2026 Manifest, March 17th through 19th in Washington, D.C. The challenge with this is that if we fail to come together as He is calling for us on the biblical New Year, the enemy's will manifest more in this nation than we've seen before. Our spiritual enemy is already capitalizing on our divisions, but our political enemies are paying attention and want to rise against us as well. It's so important that we recognize that the future of our nation is absolutely at stake. Should we celebrate 250 years on July 4th? Absolutely. Our president's even planning to rededicate this nation to God on May 17th, because that's the day when the Continental Congress fasted and prayed to prepare for declaring independence from England in 1776. It's a great effort. It's a wonderful idea. But what will be rededicated? A broken, divided nation? It's not the offering we want to give to God. He's calling for us to come together before that, on His biblical New Year, on His calendar. He established the biblical New Year in Exodus chapter 12. He said this is to be the beginning of your year. Why? Because He was bringing His people out of bondage and into His promises. It's time for us to come out of everything that keeps us divided. That's bondage. That's our Egypt in this nation. We have a painful past, and we're causing even more pain to each other every day. That's bondage. That's our Egypt. God wants to bring us out of that and into the promises of this nation, that we would be one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That wasn't just something that was on our founding fathers' hearts. It was the vision of God Himself in the heavenly realm, what He wanted to manifest in the U.S. We can realize the vision of God's heart and the dream of those who came before us, not just the colonists, the slaves, the natives, the immigrants. Everyone is a part of this promise of God, and it takes everyone for us to transform this nation and align ourselves with Him. This is not something that's going to happen overnight, but agreement with God's will does have these spiritual markers where there's a moment in time when we say yes to Him and we're aligned with Him, not with our nation's history. July 4th, that's about us. That's about our independence, our pride. Should we celebrate? Yes. We got to humble ourselves first. Should this nation be rededicated to God? Absolutely. But what are we rededicating? A group of people that judge each other, that hate each other, have resentment toward each other, that speak ill of each other, post about each other? No, not in the body of believers. Certainly our nation is fractured. But as God's people, we have the solution. It's found in our Messiah. He died that we would be one. He paid for our unity. We have kingdom authority, and we have political authority in our nation. This is a nation of its citizens. We're not operating in either one of those areas. You've got to connect with the kingdom and align with our King in the heavenly realm. Access that governmental authority that He's given us. And then we have to apply it with the authority we have as U.S. citizens and leaders in this nation, by what we do when we leave our gathering, Ecclesia 2026 Manifest. We're going to hear from each other. We're going to talk about the tough issues: Israel, abortion, voting, racial division, diversity, inclusion, equity, Native rights, women in leadership, housing, economics. We're going to talk about those very issues. And we're going to invite God to be in the center of our healing circle. He's going to give us ears to hear each other and hearts to turn toward Him. And then He's going to speak to us. This is why we're coming together 2.5 days. We start at 6 p.m. on March 17th, and we go all the way to the end of the day, March 19th, because the Biblical New Year starts March 18th at sundown, and the day of the Biblical New Year is March 19th. We've got work to do, and you are an important part of the work. Do you want to continue to be a part of the problem? Being angry with others, judging others, other believers? Or do you want to be a part of the solution? Are you courageous enough to share your story, your testimony, your perspective, what you're hearing from God, the mission He's put on your heart, and then listen to someone else? We've got to sharpen each other's iron. We got to align with God on His calendar, in His timing, turn of the Biblical New Year, so we can come out of this Egypt of division, destruction, and we can go into the promises of God, be one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It's time. There's no other generation. There's no other people who are going to do it. There's nobody better than you to share your perspective and your story. There'll be experts in all these areas that I've mentioned, in the spiritual realm and in the political realm. So your questions can be answered as well. What God has put on your heart, you'll have an opportunity to share, because it's an intimate gathering, but you need to be here. You need to be with us in Washington, D.C., March 17th through 19th, for Ecclesia 2026 Manifest. May God's will manifest in the U.S. If we fail to align with Him, if we fail to come together, the enemy's will manifest all the more in this nation. And the problem with that is that nobody wins. If any group, if any side, any of these divided factions of believers wins, we all lose. Because God is in the center of us. He doesn't have favorites. He hasn't chosen a side. Instead, He's waiting for us to come together. And only then we actually understand what He wants to do through all of us. Go to TruthinSpiritLive.org to learn more or to register. And don't let anything keep you from joining us. We have scholarships for people who have a challenge with the registration fee. We've got group prices for congregations that want to come, or various organizational groups that want to come. We'll even help you figure out ways to connect with affordable lodging in Washington, D.C., so you can be there for the whole 2.5 days. We've got work to do. But you've got to invest your time. You've got to invest your heart. You've got to come ready to heal, reconcile, and transform this nation. Go to TruthinSpiritLive.org and let us know if you have questions, if you need more info. But don't miss it. This is a divine appointment, and we won't get another one. I hope to see you very soon.